Thank you for logging on to this Norwell High School sports broadcast brought to you by WellsCountyVoice.com, a division of the Voice Enterprises. This broadcast wouldn't be possible without the support of our sponsors you hear throughout the game, so be sure to visit their businesses and use their services as often as possible, and tell them thanks for their support. We encourage you to go to the games and support your local team, but when you just can't make it, we're here for you. Now it's time for the pregame show on WellsCountyVoice.com.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Norwell Night Basketball on WellsCountyVoice.com. This is Greg Van Meter along with Derek Decker. Derek, great job again this evening getting everything set up early for us late arrivers.
Yeah.
I do appreciate Derek. He does a great job on this endeavor. There's no doubt about it, and we appreciate it, and I hope you appreciate it as well. We got postseason basketball this evening. First game for the Knights. It's a semifinal game facing Columbia City for the third time this season. And, Derek, you've seen these Columbia City Eagles a couple of times now.
Yeah, that's right. Two very different basketball games. The first one over at Huntington, very competitive game. Norwell taking that one 57-52, making some free throws down the stretch and making plays late to come out with a victory in the Holiday Hoops tournament. Completely different story up at Columbia City in the conference matchup outside of that Holiday Hoops tournament. Columbia City taking that one 61-45. Jordan Bechtold had a fantastic game, scored in double figures, something that he does not do often. Shot very well from the field. And Hamad Qureshi knocked down a three-quarters court shot, something else you don't see very often. That built some momentum going into the halftime break, and Columbia City never trailed in the second half.
Well, we expect a good game tonight. Both coaches known for their strategic maneuvers, and I got a feeling we might see something different out of both these squads this evening.
Yeah, that's right. You never know. And coming into this one, I think Norwell a 1-point favorite in the computer. These two teams almost dead even in the Sagarin ratings. It's been a very competitive overall state tournament so far. There have been 18 overtime games across the state, 3 double overtime games, a triple overtime game, and 8 buzzer beaters coming into the night. So Hoosier hysteria is alive in the state of Indiana. Of course, Norwell, we've talked about their statistics all year long. 3 main guys. You got Cody Shively. You got Cole Wilson, who has been in and out of scoring at times this year, but has performed pretty well as of late. And also Will Geiger almost averaging a double-double on the season. His rebound numbers have faded a little bit, although he's had a couple monster games to boost the scoring average. And just a freshman, he leads now all freshman scorers in Norwell Night basketball history.
Yeah, that's exactly right, Derek. He is, I believe, in excess of, or close to at least, 240 points now.
I think actually he's close to 300, I think.
Is he?
262.
Well, the record was 232. I'm sorry,
Yep.
That's what I was thinking of. So, yeah, you're right. He's up to 262 points as a freshman. And the thing that's fascinating to me about that, the three-pointer's not a part of his game.
No.
I mean, he hasn't even attempted one that I've seen this year.
No, not that I'm aware of. Everything is down low. He's doing it the old-fashioned way. Very good free throw shooter, shooting about 76% from the line. And that's very good for a freshman. He can only go up from there. And it's going to be good to see this player develop in the future. And I think he could be the key to this game tonight for Norwell. If he's able to shut down Parker Hazen inside, Norwell's going to have a good shot to win it.
Well, I see in studying the statistics that Coach Dugan brought us this evening, and we do appreciate that. Will did attempt one three-point shot at some point during the season.
It's probably at the buzzer.
Yeah, it probably was. The Norwell school song being played right now here, the recorded version. I don't know if they'll play I doubt that they'll play the national anthem again before this one. So we won't have to take a break over that period of time. Derek, you talked a little bit about the competitiveness of the first round of the tournament across all classes. I know I saw at least 3 buzzer beaters in just northern Indiana alone from Tuesday evening.
Yeah, that's right. You had the Warsaw, you had the Whitcote Central Noble.
Right.
One's escaping me. But, it's been a competitive tournament. Everybody enjoys high school basketball in the state of Indiana. It's been a staple for many years, and there's been a lot of discrepancy, about changes to the tournament. A lot of people were upset with the addition of 4 classes after the 1998 season. And, I think the overall consensus, though, has been good for 4 classes. I mean, you think about the competitiveness of 2 different teams like Norwell and Homestead. Both of them have decent records. We just saw Homestead put it to Norwell and turn it on whenever they wanted. Of course, a 4A school with 3 times as many students as both Norwell and Columbia City. So I think I personally like class basketball. I don't think there needs to be a shot clock in the state of Indiana. I know those 2 opinions aren't very popular, but, both of those things currently going on in Indiana right now.
Well, of course, the attendance at the tournament overall has gone way down since class basketball was introduced. I don't know that was a function of class basketball, though. I think it's more just a function of a lot more things to do for the general populace and the ease of travel and everything else that comes along with that. One point that Brett Rump made very succinctly this week is the low scoring in the early tournament games, with very few exceptions. And I don't think that has anything to do with the class basketball or anything like that. I think it has everything to do with the fact that right now, especially in the northern part of the state, without the shot clock, teams are just holding the basketball and extending possessions as much as they possibly can. That's due to several factors. Generally, teams aren't as good talent-wise as what they were just a few years ago, with the exception of the SAC, and that tends to slow down offenses as well. But as you saw from the first-round games, a lot of wins in the 30s.
Yeah, that's right. And you mentioned specifically the northern half, and that tends to be the place where lower scoring games occur most often. There are a couple places in the south, but once you get into central Indiana, Indianapolis, and then farther south as well, you're going to see a lot of points. Of course, 4A favorite Warren Central defeated on the first night of the tournament defending state champion Marion, in 3A knocked out by a buzzer beater by Tipton in their own sectional. Of course, the winner of this sectional will go to that regional down at Marion next Saturday evening. Lures will play the winner of this game. They won the first one 71-50 over Mississinewa in a game where Lures began to press and Mississinewa could not handle it. The speed factor, the athleticism factor, both huge in that game, and Lures just kind of pulled away from the second quarter on.
Well, so one of the sectional championship opponents is set with Bishop Lures, and of course the winner of this game will play Lures tomorrow evening. We'll take a quick break here from Adams Memorial Hospital and be back with the balance of your pregame show and starting lineups.
At Adams Memorial Hospital, we care for the things that mean the most to you: your health, your family, and your community. Compassion is just as important to us as being accredited, or our Follow My Health online patient portal, or having top-of-the-line medical technology. Because at Adams Memorial Hospital, exceptional care means listening a little longer, a hug, or a kind gesture from a nurse. Compassion and medical expertise. That's Adams Memorial Hospital. Exceptional care close to you.
Welcome back to Bellmont High School. Of course, the sectional was here for a number of years. I think the last year it was here was in 11.
Yeah, there was a girls'
right?
sectional.
Well, yeah, that was just a couple years ago.
Yeah, Norwell winning that one, actually beating Columbia City, as I recall.
That's right.
Very good basketball game to watch. High scoring, as I recall as well. But yeah, I think 2010 maybe was the last time it was here.
You know, the one thing that would not surprise me, talking about scoring, the first game between these two teams, they scored 109 points. Second game, 106. I'll be shocked if they get to 100 tonight between the two of them.
Yeah, especially when you get to sectional basketball. slowing the pace down as we're going to meet the non-starters as well as the starters right now by our public address announcer.
So, our non-starters for the guests, the Norwell Knights. Number 12 is Luke Zettis. Number 30 is Robert Kittleson. Number 32, Quentin Purdy. Number 40, Brandon Nicholson. Number 42, Connor Torson. Number 43, Caden Wilson. And number 50, Kyle Henshin. Here are the non-starters for the home team, the Columbia City Eagles. Number 4, Ethan Christen. Number 10, Brendan Slagle. Number 12, Cameron Scott. Number 20, Max Bedwell. Number 22, Noah Wygen. Number 23, Michael Sievers. Number 24, Trent Simmons. And now, here are the starting lineups. First, for the guests on the scoreboard, the Knights of Norwell High School. Starting at a guard, number 10, Cody Shively. Starting at a guard, number 15, Riley Stauffer. Starting at a forward, number 20, Cole Wilson. Starting at a forward, number 22, Grant McMichael. And starting at a forward, number 25, Will Geiger. Head coach for the Norwell Knights, Mr. Mike McBride. And now, here is the starting lineup for your home team on the scoreboard, the Eagles of Columbia City High School. Starting at a guard, number 3, Garrett Rayleigh. Starting at a guard, number 5, Jordan Bechtold. Starting at a guard, number 14, Mitchell Wilson. Starting at a forward, number 15, Parker Hazen. And starting at a forward, number 44, Hamad Qureshi.
Well, once again, those starters for your Knights, the visitors on the scoreboard, it's Cody Shively, Riley Stauffer, Cole Wilson, Grant McMichael, and Will Geiger. For head coach Mike McBride, in his first year at Norwell, he's 14-10 going into his first postseason. For Columbia City, the home team on the scoreboard, it's Garrett Railing, Jordan Bechtold, Mitchell Wilson, Parker Hazen, and Hamad Qureshi. For head coach Brett Eberle, he's also in his first year at Columbia City. Finished the regular season, yes, at 11-13. Won their first sectional game, and we are ready for the tip. It's Geiger and Hazen controls the tip.
Opening tip goes to the Eagles.
Controlling the basketball was Mitchell Wilson. I expect both teams to be really patient. Norwell in a man-to-man defense to start things off. A bit of a, oh my goodness, Hazen wide open as the Knights got a little mixed up on their defensive coverage. After the miss, the ball knocked out of bounds. It'll remain Columbia City's basketball.
I think you'll see Norwell in a man for the majority of the nights. What we've seen them in quite often this year, it's their go-to defense when they need a stop.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how that works against the 6'7" Hazen. Good drive inside, but the ball thrown out of bounds. That'll be the first turnover of the game. And it'll be on the Eagles, the Knights, with their first chance to put points on the board. Cody Shively will bring it up. Boy, we've got a great spot here at Bellmont. Really appreciate Athletic Director Dale Manis letting us have prime real estate as the shot was missed by Wilson. Did I get that wrong, Derek? You gave me a look.
Oh, no. No, you got it right.
All right. Hazen on the drive is going to be fouled. Boy, I think the ball's going to be in Parker Hazen's hands a lot this evening.
Yeah, why not? If you're Columbia City, that's what you want to go to, a significant size advantage in just that aspect right there. Hamad Qureshi, not a big scorer, but really does a lot of good things. He defends well along the baseline, shuts it off all the time, and he's a good basketball player. He's had 2 very nice games, and Hazen looking for another free throw as he's put Columbia City up early.
Qureshi, a 6'5 junior, as Columbia City takes the early lead with the first points of this basketball game. Shooting is going to be such a key for the Knights this evening, as it really has been all year. Riley Stauffer getting a little bit more aggressive offensively the last few games, as Geiger open inside, partially blocked by Hazen. It's taken away from him, but taken right back by the Knights. Cody Shively looked to drive there. No space to do so as he's being guarded by Hazen. Inside, that shot missed again by Wilson, and the rebound controlled by the Eagles.
Greg, they are letting them play so far, and that's the way sectional basketball should be.
Yeah, you like to see that, especially in the postseason. You don't want to see a parade to the free throw line, as the pull-up jumper from Bechtold was no good. The Knights pulling down the rebound. Good rebound there. Shively tries to go coast to coast. He's going to pick up the foul on the drive. We'll see if it's on the body or on the shot. It is on Parker Hazen, so Parker got him down low. Shively will go to the line to shoot a pair. Not a lot of contact there in that particular foul, after we were just talking about the physicality of this game early. Cody, good on his first one. He's an 83% free throw shooter. The Columbia City fans not thrilled with that foul call. 2 reasons for that. Number 1, they didn't think there was a lot of contact. Number 2, it was on Parker Hazen. So bringing it across the timeline is Wilson. Wilson is a 5'10 freshman. Boy, you don't see that too often in the postseason, although this year we've seen a lot of freshmen getting significant playing time, as Hazen showing good strength on the follow. He'll go to the line to shoot a free throw for the potential 3-point play, as Geiger picks up his first foul, second on the team.
You were touching on Mitchell Wilson. Fantastic shooter. Didn't have a good second game against Norwell, but the first one he had a couple big threes that kept the Eagles in that basketball game.
I'll tell you what, he is put together for a freshman, similar to Will Geiger, very strong looking. Now, Wilson not nearly as tall, listed at 5'10", Will at 6'3", but muscular arms and shoulders for a freshman, no doubt.
Yeah.
Shively being very patient with the basketball.
Both offenses have been slow and patient, just like we talked about and thought it might be. And I think this game, it'd be difficult to get out of the 40s, I think, for either team.
It looks like it right now is Shively with the spinning jumper. Nice touch from the senior.
Well, so far, it's the Cody Shively against Parker Hazen show, and we might see more of that coming up.
As thinking about it was Railing. It's going to be another turnover on Columbia City. 3 already on the Eagles.
Yeah, not characteristic of Columbia City. They're very good fundamentally. Take good care of the basketball.
Shively again rushing it up the floor, being guarded by Hazen. I think it's a smart move to keep the ball in Shively's hand. Take it right at Hazen. See if you can get him in foul trouble early here. As Geiger drives, misses this shot, but a foul's going to be called. I think it's going to go on the freshman, Wilson. It does. That's his first, team's second. I apologize. Wilson is number 14. I got him mixed up with the senior Jordan Bechtold. As Geiger misses his first free throw. Now, Will was on quite a streak. He's shooting 76% on the year, but the last few games, he's missed a couple. That one hits nothing but net. Knights take their first lead of the ball game. 5-4 with 4:15 left in this first quarter. It's Wilson with the basketball. Well, he's a poised-looking freshman, though. Stauffer doing a good job of getting out on him. Hazen gets to the rim but can't get it to. That's a couple point-blank shots that Parker Hazen has not been able to knock down. A tough pass inside. Geiger able to haul it down and throws it away. That'll be the Knights' first turnover. Wilson will take it to the rim, and a jump ball is called as Cody Shively able to reach in and get nothing but ball. That was a good call by the official, I thought.
I agree.
Columbia City's going to bring a little backcourt pressure here. And that's a different look to their press break on the rotation. Geiger heads the other way. It's out of bounds off of Will as he kind of lost it going up. We won't charge him with a shot attempt there. Must have banged off his knee as it went out of bounds.
I think it did. It's a good strip again by the Eagles. Both teams playing solid defense so far.
They really are doing a great job of getting back on defense. That's Bechtold, the man who really warmed up for the Eagles in their win at Columbia City against the Knights. You know, the thing that's kind of surprised me, Derek, as the three from Wilson with no good. Grant McMichael able to tiptoe the baseline for the rebound. Norwell a 1-point favorite in this one. Cody Shively for three. It's good. Cody Shively with the high arcing three. Ended up on the seat of his pants. No foul called, and I wouldn't expect a foul called in that situation. Hazen being guarded by Geiger. Nice shot fake. Gets to the rim. Draws another foul.
Yeah, freshman mistake by Geiger. Got to stay put on the shot fake.
Personal foul, number 22.
And it results in two more Hazen free throws.
Grant McMichael charged with the foul. He knew it. As we could tell by his expression, he knew he'd gotten a piece of Parker Hazen.
Grant's become more and more valuable to this team as the season wore on. Got a lot more playing time in the second half of the season after Christmas, and has done a really nice job. Done a lot of good things without scoring. He's got some assists, pulled down some nice rebounds, does a lot of good things defensively, and he's done a great job as a senior.
Trent Simmons checks in for the Eagles as Hazen good on a couple of free throws. It's a 2-point Norwell lead. Simmons replaces Qureshi in the Eagle lineup. 2:34 left in this first quarter. Cody Shively with all but one of Norwell's 8 points to this point. Hadn't missed a shot. Wilson tries to drive, able to use the Euro move to get to the rim. Wasn't that long ago. That was always a travel. Not anymore. And in essence, it's not a travel by the rule book as Hazen triple teamed underneath. Foul's going to be called.
Boy, again, Hazen goes back to the line, and this is where Columbia City's making their living. The only thing about that is if Norwell can figure out a way to stop Hazen, their offense is very one-dimensional right now, and it could force Columbia City in an uncomfortable place where they don't want to be.
Well, Mitchell Wilson and Jordan Bechtold, the only players for Columbia City to even attempt a shot other than Parker Hazen, as McMichael takes a seat after his second foul. Brandon Nicholson checks in. Hazen, believe he's committed to basketball at the next level.
Thanks to Valparaiso.
I think you're right. I should say that.
His brother, of course, Bracken, was committed to Central Florida before the coach moved, and he went with him, but he's definitely playing D1 basketball right now, too.
Shively's pass is picked off by Wilson. Foul's going to be called on the Knights.
Now, this is something else we don't see a lot from Norwell. It's a lot of fouls. a lot of times they do a nice job playing defensively, but already 5 team fouls with just under 2 to play here in the first quarter. Columbia City's probably going to be in the bonus for quite a while.
Yeah, Wilson picking up his second foul, so he'll take a seat. Luke Zettis in the game for the Knights. Cole with 2 points on 1 of 3 shooting early on in this one. Boy, they are really looking to get it inside. That is a good pass down low, stripped away from Simmons by Shively. Shively will head the other way. Geiger open beyond the three-point line. He's just not comfortable taking that shot, though. So now he'll look for help. Zettis weaves out of traffic and loses the basketball. Columbia City heading the other way. Bechtold on the run, no good. And Geiger has the rebound taken away from him by Bechtold. Good hustle by the senior.
Got to be strong with the basketball if you're Norwell. It's a couple of them. Columbia City's taken away from Norwell. Got to find a way to grab it.
Bechtold with the basketball being guarded by Stauffer. Just over a minute left in this first stanza. Bechtold launches the three, no good. Good defense there by the Knights, as I think Bechtold had to get rid of that a little sooner than what he wanted to. 47 seconds left. Shively being very patient. Both teams have stuck in that man-to-man in the half court, as Stauffer really being guarded well by Mitchell Wilson. Now Shively being guarded by Railing. I think Railing's just the designated defender for the Eagles on Cody Shively this evening. Hadn't stopped Cody, though. Cody with 7 points in this one already. 15 seconds on the clock. The Knights trying to get a good last look here. Shively will take it all the way to the rim and score. What a move by Cody Shively. Good strength, and a foul's going to be called on the Knights. It'll go on Cody. That's his first. And the 6th on the Knights here in the first quarter. Boy, that could play a big factor in this one, Derek.
It sure could.
2.7 on the clock. Hazen will launch a three, well short, and that will end the first quarter. Your Knights with a 12-8 lead. We'll take a break and be back after these words from our sponsors.
You care about your community, you shop local, and you enjoy personal interaction. You're doing more than spending your money, you're supporting your neighbors.
Hi, this is Carlos.
And this is Sarah from Bloomin' Boutique in Ossian. We would like to personally invite you to visit our shop, the Bloomin' Boutique, and check out all we have to offer.
At the Bloomin' Boutique, we have daily lunch specials like Taco Tuesdays, Witch Wednesdays, and Aloha Fridays. A large selection of smoothies, frappes, iced lattes, coffees, and teas.
We also carry a large selection of fresh flowers for bouquets and flower arrangements. Our shop is full of handmade, uniquely functional pottery, handmade jewelry, DeBrand's chocolates, and gifts. You don't need to go any further than the Bloomin' Boutique. Grab your latte, lunch, flowers, gifts, and chocolates all in one stop.
Support your local community by visiting Bloomin' Boutique, located at 106 South Jefferson Street in Ottawa. Follow them on Facebook to view their daily lunch specials. Open 7 to 5 Monday through Friday and 9 to 3 on Saturday. The Bloomin' Boutique.
Well, as we start the second quarter, it's Norwell 12, Parker Hazen 8. Nobody else on Columbia City scoring, and 6 of those 8 points, Derek, were on free throws. Just one field goal for Columbia City in the first quarter.
And really only one great look from the field. Columbia City's not hitting anything. Norwell's making it very difficult, forcing some tough shot attempts, and I think they've got the upper hand so far.
Boy, it does seem that way. Norwell 4 of 7 from the field in the first quarter, mostly on the back of Cody Shively. Cody 3 for 3 from the field, 2 for 2 from the line, and a blocking foul is going to be called on Mitchell Wilson. That'll be his second.
Now
he will be replaced by Garrett Railing.
It's already a different type of game than what we saw the last time these two teams met. Norwell controlling it for the most part early. Columbia City controlled that entire basketball game at home, and it was a seesaw battle at Huntington.
Shively with another three. This one rims out. Hey, also in the game for Columbia City's Ethan Christen, a 6'1" junior, wearing number 4. Obviously not a shooter. Well, he's going to put one up here for 3. He was too wide open to pass it up. Didn't look real confident putting up that three-point shot.
That very well might be why Norwell left him open on the right wing.
Yeah, I'm sure Coach McBride said if he puts it up, that's okay. As several of the Knights were in the lane, keeping a close eye on Parker Hazen as the pass is fumbled and a jump ball's called, and it'll remain Norwell's basketball. 6:47 left here in the first quarter, and it looks like Cole Wilson's going to come back in. He's going to have to be careful. He's already got 2 fouls. Luke Zettis will take a seat. Wilson and McMichael each with 2 fouls here early in the second quarter. Geiger will give it up. That's Stauffer. That's Stauffer's favorite spot to shoot, down on that right baseline. Hit 3 in 3 possessions the other night. Geiger with the jumper, and nothing but net for the freshman.
Boy, if Will can develop that shot in the future, he's going to be in really good shape, and he's going to have a lot more points.
Yeah, you don't see him take very many of those, let alone make them. As the Knights really sagging on the defensive side.
I tell you what, that's going to put Columbia City in the bonus, but I like the defense by Brandon Nicholson. He's going to be called for the personal for a little bit of a bump, kind of forcing Brackenhazen towards the baseline, but if they're able to shut that off and not allow him to get that lane and go to the rim easy, that's good if you're Norwell.
In the lineup for Columbia City, number 10, Brendan Slagle. He's a 5'9" senior. Also, Qureshi back on the floor for the Eagles. Hazen adds to his point total. Parker Hazen, the only Eagle to score so far this evening. How did he do in the second matchup, Derek?
I think he ended up with 15 or 16. Pretty near average night for Parker, and Norwell did a pretty good job shutting it down. It was Jordan Bechtold that really made the difference in that game.
As we tick towards 6 minutes, the Knights clinging to a 4-point lead. It's really remarkable as Stauffer launches the 3. That's what these Knights need. Riley Stauffer has been much more aggressive offensively the last maybe week of the season, maybe 2 weeks. And if he can loosen up that defense with his outside shooting, it'll make it much easier for the Knights to then work it into Will Geiger or Cole Wilson as Hazen launches the long jumper, no good.
Columbia City has not knocked down a jumper all night.
No, they've not. They've only got 1 field goal to this point. 10 points and 8 of them from the free throw line. And we've got 5:20 left in this second quarter. Oh, nice kick out to Stauffer for 3. That's short. And the rebound's going to be controlled by Columbia City. Good look for Riley.
Absolutely. Got to take that shot every time.
Bechtold with the basketball. He'll give it up as he's got a mismatch. Nicholson guarding him right now. That's a 3 ball from Slagle, no good, but Hazen there for the rebound. It'll be off of Columbia City, out of bounds. Norwell will get it back as the official explaining to Coach Eberle, it definitely clicked off a Columbia City player as Wilson sets back down. Luke Zettis back in there. Good move by Coach McBride, I think, with the 7-point lead. Oh, what a move by Cody Shively as he gets to the rim again. And a timeout is going to be used by Columbia City. The Knights up by 9. It's a full timeout, so we'll take it along with Coach Eberle and be right back after these words.
This is Dan and Jane with Daniel's Jewelers in Bluffton.
We want to remind everyone that we do in-house repair with our special restoration and resetting.
Jewelry that is worn frequently over the years usually needs some TLC, wrong retipping, resetting, or sizing.
It's so much fun to see the customer's reaction when they see their jewelry looking almost brand new.
Or maybe it's time for a new style. Choose from all styles of settings or let us design one just for you.
Daniel's Jewelers, North Main Street, Bluffton, where personal attention and trust become part of the memory.
costly misconceptions about collision repair. Brought to you by Lauren's Body Shop.
The insurance company is responsible for selecting the shop to repair your vehicle.
False. Insurance agents and adjusters have no authority in telling you where to have your vehicle repaired. It's your investment and responsibility to select a competent collision repair facility.
In business since 1951, Lauren's Body Shop on East Dustman Road specializes in insurance collision repair, offers free estimates, and an outstanding limited lifetime warranty. Visit lawrensbodyshop.com.
Welcome back to Bellmont, Derek. A very impressive first half so far for our Knights.
Absolutely. Norwell doing a great job on defense. Not a lot. Oh, there's a kick. Almost a steal for Norwell, but they're finally starting to convert on offense a little bit more and are just a couple of buckets away from really stretching this lead pretty far. And if there's not a lot of points, a 9-point lead can seem like a lot.
Hazen stripped of the basketball by Shively. He'll head the other way, coast to coast, can't get it to go. The rebound basket attempt by Geiger was short, but on the second attempt by Geiger, he's fouled.
Columbia City getting pretty frustrated at this point because they're not getting good looks on offense, and it's resulting in them fouling on defense, and Norwell's taking good advantage of that right now.
Brendan Slagle picks up his fourth on the team, as Geiger's first free throw well short. Shively just couldn't quite get that to the rim. Columbia City with 6 turnovers here in the first half. As good touch there by the freshman. That makes it a 10-point Norwell lead. Bechtold being guarded by Stauffer. Riley Stauffer's done a great job of getting out on Bechtold.
Yeah,
not allowing him to shoot the 3 ball. Oh, wild shot there by Garrett Railing.
Yeah, if you're Norwell and you force that shot, you're okay with it because there's not a whole lot more they could have done.
And that's going to be an offensive foul on the Knights. Not a lot of contact, but Railing did a great job of selling it. That'll be the first foul on Riley Stauffer.
Yeah, that call is made sometimes, and the defender's allowed to sell that. And it fools the official into thinking that there was actually a lot of contact, and that one didn't have very much.
Yeah, that's a break for the Eagles. 3:52 here left in the second quarter. Hazen has been the vast majority of the show for the Eagles so far this evening. Railing finds Bechtold, and another foul is going to be called on Stauffer. This one will result in a free throw, as that's the 19 foul on the Knights.
Sure is. Norwell's fouling a lot more than normal this evening, and I touched on it earlier. But, they're using their hands a little bit more, getting a little bit over-aggressive on defense at times.
That's 3 players now with 2 fouls for the Knights. Bechtold shooting his first free throw on the evening. Good on that one. The senior looked comfortable shooting that free throw. So Columbia City trying to score their 4th consecutive point. And just the 3rd player to get in the scoring column for the Eagles so far this evening.
That's important.
Good on 2.
Important for Norwell to get a basket on this possession, or at least a good look, because you don't want to allow Columbia City to get any momentum heading into the last 3 minutes of the first half.
Shively stuck. Good defense by Bechtold as Cody gets it back in the corner. On the drive. Oh, great pass inside. Will Geiger with the assist. Brandon Nicholson with the basket. Brandon might have been in there for at least 3, but
now,
good play by the Knights.
Nobody was guarding him. They completely left Brandon alone.
Another foul's going to be called on Norwell, as we'll see who it is called on Cody Shively. That's his 2nd. Well, Norwell playing very aggressive defense.
Yeah.
Hazen put the ball on the floor. He's done that a couple of times now.
Yeah, they're double, triple, and even at sometimes put 4 guys around and completely swarming the post, forcing Columbia City to shoot from outside. I think that was a good call by the official, as it took a long time, and the Knights were grabbing at the basketball, but eventually caught Hazen's arm and sends him back to the line.
Hazen misses his second free throw. That's going to be a foul on Garrett Railing. Knights fans happy about that as it gets the foul differential down to 5.
Now, foul differential is taken the wrong way so often. Sometimes one team's being more aggressive, and right now it's Norwell on defense, and I think if you're Norwell, you live with that. You live with the 10 fouls because they're limiting Columbia City and forcing them to shoot free throws all night long.
Well, what you don't want to have happen, though, is one of the starters picking up their third foul here with 2:47 left in the first half. Zettis handling the basketball for the Knights. Oh, and that's thrown away. It'll be the Norwell's 5th turnover on the evening. Columbia City with 6 of those so far. Checking back in for the Eagles is number 10, Brendan Slagle. Noah Wygant, who is in there for the Eagles, takes a seat. I'm sorry I missed his substitution. Wygant, a 6'2" senior.
And Wygant gets a lot of playing time for these Eagles.
The Eagles with 4 seniors on their roster. Still being patient even though they're down by 7. There's a 3 ball launched by Slagle. He's 0 for 2 in the evening.
Columbia City just has been ice cold all night long from outside.
They've only got 2 field goals in the game, and there's only 2 minutes left in the first half. If it wasn't for Parker Hazen at the free throw line as Zettis travels.
Unforced error there by the Knights. Got to be able to clean those up, as that was kind of a big possession. I think Norwell was planning on eating some time on that one and looking for a shot towards the end of this first half.
Under 2 minutes left now in this second quarter. It has been a struggle for the Eagles so far. A lot of that can be attributed to Norwell's very aggressive defense, but they've also missed some wide open looks. There's another foul on the Knights. It'll be 2 free throws as Luke Zettis called for the foul.
Yeah, the only good news for the Knights as far as the foul count is it's being pretty evenly distributed.
Yes. Nobody yet with 3. Stauffer and Shively out there with 2 apiece, though, as Bechtold gets his first to drop. 3 points now for the senior. Greshey checks back in for Columbia City. Not a huge crowd here this evening, Derek.
Bad one, though. There's a lot of people behind us that you can't see, and Norwell bringing a nice contingent, as they normally do, over to Bellmont. Not a long drive on a Friday night in Indiana. It's cold. It's sectional basketball week.
Yeah, and it's supposed to be springtime, though, again by regionals.
Yeah.
Sounds like 60 again by Tuesday. It has been one of the mildest winters I can recall. Nicholson inside on the post, and he travels.
The Knights need to clean up the turnovers. They're allowing Columbia City to get back in this basketball game from the free throw line, and that's unfortunate if you're Norwell. They've got 13 points from the line in this first half.
Yeah. Actually, you are exactly on the number there, as Norwell almost created the turnover. Minute left in this second quarter. Norwell extending their defense out. Cody doing a good job, though, of defending while not fouling. Norwell really can't afford him to not be on the floor. Wilson, the freshman. Now Bechtold. Good kick out to the corner, and good on the 3 ball is Garrett Railing. Railing now 2 of 2 from from the field, and it's a 2-point game. Columbia City starting to heat up. They've outscored the Knights here 10-2.
You can feel the momentum shifting towards the side of the Eagles. Knights need a bucket.
Oh, boy, that's a tough call on Jordan Bechtold. Not much contact at all. It'll be the 6th team foul on Columbia City with 18.2 left on the clock.
Number 5, Jordan Bechtold, his first, team 6.
Substituting in for Columbia City is Ethan Christen. Back in for Norwell, Cole Wilson. He'll inbound the basketball to Shively. Norwell looking for one good shot to end this half and regain a little of the momentum after having a 10-point lead. Shively with 7. Geiger now spins baseline. He's stuck. Gets out of the double team. Tough pass, and Norwell not able to get a shot off to end the half. The momentum Columbia City's at this point, but Norwell maintains a 2-point lead. We'll take a break here from some sponsors and be back after these words.
Every team knows that the three-point play can be a winning move. That's why State Farm and me, Kevin Beatty, and my team are here to help you go for 3 by combining your home, auto, and life insurance. It's a great call that saves you time and money. So go for the win and score savings by combining your home, auto, and life. It's just another way we're here to help things go right. So call me, State Farm agent Kevin Beatty, at 824-1928 or in Bern at 589-2077.
Welcome to the new Heidi Automotive Group. We have a brand new state-of-the-art facility. Now you can shop for a new Chevrolet, Buick, Dodge, Ram, Jeep, or Chrysler at the same location right here in Bluffton, Indiana. We have a huge selection of pre-owned cars, trucks, vans, and crossovers. We focus on quality, and that is why we certify our pre-owned inventory so you get more warranty, free maintenance, and peace of mind. Don't worry about your credit. We have financing options for everyone. Heidi Automotive Group, a new look but old-fashioned integrity.
This is Dale from the Voice Enterprises. For countless years, I struggled with back pain, and more often than not, the doctors would just prescribe pain meds, which would just dull the pain. It wasn't until I was referred to Indiana Physical Therapy that I truly experienced pain relief. The professionals at IPT showed me the correct exercises and stretches for my problems, and my back pain began to fade away, and as a result, my entire body began to feel better. Indiana Physical Therapy's highly trained professionals treat all types of injuries and ailments and accept all insurance. For more information on IPT or to schedule an appointment, call 824-0522 or visit indianapt.com.
Introducing Pizza Hut's first $5 flavor menu. Just $5 each when you order 2 or more. Say yes to a medium one-topping pizza. Yes to Wing Street Wings. Yes to new stuffed garlic knots. And much more. It's easy to say yes to our first ever $5 flavor menu. Only at Pizza Hut.
The $5 flavor menu is now available from your local Pizza Hut on North Main Street in Bluffton. To place an order, call 824-5701 or order online at pizzahut.com. T.W. Fable, a modern American restaurant, is now open at Timber Ridge Golf Course, 2330 East, 250 North in Bluffton, and it's bigger and better than ever. You can enjoy the same fine dining experience Tuesday through Thursday, 5 to 9, Friday and Saturday, 5 to 10. Reservations are recommended by calling 260-353-1360. Everyone is welcome at T.W. Fable.
Now, welcome back to Sectional 23, semifinal game number 2. The winner to the championship tomorrow night at 7:30 to play Bishop Lures. It's halftime. Norwell leading 22-20, but Columbia City on a little bit of a run to end that second quarter. Finally knocked down a 3 from outside and got right back in that game from the free throw line. But, Greg, we've got a good one, and I think overall in the first half, for the exception of the last 3 minutes, Norwell handled Columbia City.
Yeah, they really did up until, probably about the last 3 minutes of that first half. However, Columbia City finishing on a 10-2 run to cut that lead from 10 to 2 points. I guess the scary thing if you're a Knight fan is the fact that Norwell played really well in that first half, and they're only up 2 after a very cold first half by Columbia City. Specifically, Columbia City 3 of 16 from the field in the first half. That's 19%. 1 of 8 from beyond the arc, 13%. However, they made it all up on the free throw line. 13 of 15 free throws in the first half. That's 87% from the line for the Eagles. They also committed 6 turnovers. Leading the way in scoring individually for Columbia City, Parker Hazen. 11 points and 9 of them from the free throw line. He was 9 of 11 from the free throw line in the first half. And they kind of got away from him a little bit to end the second half, and that's when they drew close. Also in the scoring column for the Eagles, Garrett Railing with 5. He hit their only 3-pointer. And Jordan Bechtold with 4, again, all from the free throw line. For your Norwell Knights, 8 of 15 from the field in the first half. That's 53%, and that is a good percentage for your Knights. On the year, they had shot 45% from the field coming into the game, so a nice first half there for your Knights. Also 2 of 4, 50% from beyond the arc. For the year, the Knights were shooting 33%, so nice little uptick there for the Knights. And then 67% from the free throw line at 4 of 6. Man, that's a big free throw discrepancy in favor of Columbia City, shooting 15 to Norwell 6 in the first half. The Knights also committed 7 turnovers in the first half. They were led by Cody Shively, the senior, having a tremendous first half. 4 of 6 from the field, including a 3-pointer, and 2 of 2 from the free throw line. With 4 points, the freshman Will Geiger, 1 of 3 from the field and 2 of 4 from the line. Riley Stauffer was 1 of 2 from beyond the arc for 3 points. Cole Wilson had just 2 on 1 of 3 shooting. He also sat a big chunk of that first and a half on the bench with 2 fouls. And then also chipping in with 2 points was Brandon Nicholson. He hit his only field goal attempt on a beautiful assist from Will Geiger. No other shots were taken in the first half by the Knights, and they've got to figure out a way to keep up that defensive intensity in the second half, Derek, and at the same time keeping the fouls down.
Yeah, that's right, and Norwell committed probably 12 or 13 fouls. They were well into the double bonus, was Columbia City. Okay, 11 fouls. But, you know, they were in that bonus very early as well, and that kind of changed the landscape of Norwell's defense as they got into the bonus right towards the end of the first quarter, and it allowed Columbia City to continue to get back to the line. Parker Hazen, I think, took 13 of those 15, take that back, 11 of the 15 free throws. He attempted 11 of them. He's almost Columbia City's entire offense to this point. He continues to take it inside at the Norwell defenders. They continue to foul, and he's knocking down his free throws at a very good rate. It'll be interesting to see, but I think if you're Columbia City, you got to keep on doing the same thing in the second half. And if you're Norwell, at least on the offensive end, I like what you're doing. Clean up the turnovers a little bit. Maybe cut the turnovers in half. That's a good common goal for any team coming out in the second half, but I think that's a realistic possibility. But Norwell's doing a good job of being efficient. They're knocking down their shots, and they're getting pretty good looks. And I think they're exploiting Columbia City's weaknesses, especially to the rim at times there in that first half.
Yeah, well, they're doing a great job at dropping down on Hazen. Of course, they've sent him to the line 11 times already, but they've really disrupted his shot. I mean, he only got up 6 shots, only made 1 of them.
Yeah.
Of course, 1 of them was a 3 at the buzzer, but I don't see the Knights really changing much from a defensive strategy much here in the second half. It's been successful. They're going to have to continue to get out on shooters, though, as Garrett Railing, the junior, able to knock down a couple of shots, including 1 3, the only 3 they made in the first half. And Bechtold, of course, looms large. He took 3 shots in the first half, missed all of them. But as you noted in the pregame, Derek, he was most of Columbia City's offense last time they faced each other at their place.
He's certainly dangerous. He's got some real potential here in the second half. Knights need to continue to play good defense on him. He didn't really get off any clean looks either, and I think you can attribute a lot of that to Riley Stauffer, who did a really good job on defense. But this entire Knights team, with the exception of at times being a little bit too aggressive and reaching, they did a nice job on defense. Their strategy is good, and I think they'll be okay going forward.
Well, we'll see what happens here. We'll be back for the second half after these words from Bluffton Roofing.
Bluffton Roofing Incorporated prides themselves on developing a long-term relationship with their customers, listening to their needs and suggesting the proper course of action, be it preventative maintenance, repair, or replacement. Bluffton Roofing and owner James Worth are GAF certified and are certified weather stopper roofing contractors. Bluffton Roofing is fully insured, protecting you and your home. Call 824-3564 or 307-6313. Bluffton Roofing Incorporated. Quality first home improvements.
Welcome back to Bellmont High School. Second of two semifinal games here in this 3A sectional. Bishop Luers waiting to see who they'll face tomorrow evening for the championship. On the floor for the Knights to start the second half, it's the starters, McMichael, Geiger, Wilson, Stauffer, and Shively. Everyone but Geiger with 2 fouls. For Columbia City, it's Wilson, Railing, Hazen, Qureshi, and Bechtold forcing it in and scoring. Mitchell Wilson, boy, that was a tough shot to tie the basketball game.
Mitchell Wilson
He just kind of threw it up there as he picks up Will Geiger's second foul. Wilson will go to the line for a 3-point play. Columbia City can retake the lead. It's been a while since they've had it. And Wilson, the freshman, that's a big play to start the second half. These first 3 minutes, always so important. Hazen continuing to guard Cody Shively as Columbia City stays in their man-to-man. The Knights really need Cole Wilson to get going. Just 2 points in the first half. There's a great play. The feed inside from Shively to Geiger. Geiger with his 6th point. Puts the Knights back on top. Bechtold wide open railing. Wilson, though, hustling out to cover him. As Bechtold almost lost the basketball. Hazen has not gotten a lot of looks toward the end of the first half, and now here early in the second. Norwell doing a good job of fronting him. McMichael now stuck behind him. The pass inside, and Hazen stumbled. Norwell wanted a traveling call. Could have been. In the corner, that's Wilson for 3, no good. And McMichael with the good, strong rebound. The Knights will head the other way with 6:40 on the clock. Hazen, I thought, got away with a traveling call there, Derek, on the other end.
I think you're right, but all in all, Norwell did their part, got good position on the rebound. McMichael was there, and they've got a good offensive possession coming. Coach McBride good at calling out-of-bounds plays.
Geiger is going to get a chance for a 3-point play as he just dove into Parker Hazen. Hazen will pick up his 2nd foul. Good strength by the freshman. Actually, they called the foul on Qureshi. That's his first. As Geiger short on the free throw. The rebound controlled by Qureshi. Will now 2 of 5 from the free throw line. Railing had an opening there, but good help defense by Stauffer. Wilson tried to force it up again. Not successful this time.
A little bit of a quicker pace here so far in the second half. Both teams pushing it a little bit.
Norwell with a 3-point lead as we tick under 6 minutes. Shively on the drive, high off the glass. Wow. Both teams making tough shots right now. Cody with his 13th point. The only Knight in double figures so far. Although Geiger close with 8. Qureshi. Good pass to Bechtold. Bechtold buries the 3. Well, we talked about him at halftime as Columbia City retakes the lead. Bechtold with good height on that jumper. It's off his feet pretty well. 1 for 2 now from beyond the arc. Norwell being patient now as they may slow it back down just a little bit here, trailing by 2. There's the backdoor pass. Stauffer to Wilson. Didn't go down. Wilson ended up on the floor. In the corner, that's Wilson for 3 for Columbia City. And Mitchell Wilson now with 6 points in this second half. Columbia City retakes the lead. Who missed that shot, Derek?
It's actually a turnover.
Okay, thank you, bud. I had put the score up on the wrong side. Columbia City up by 1. Used to be in at Norwell. Foul's going to be called on the Knights. And it's going to go on Cody Shively. That's his third.
Foul's number 10, Cody Shively.
4:29 left in this
Team second.
third quarter. Just the second team foul on the Knights here in the second half. Bechtold being guarded by Stauffer. Kick out to Wilson, wide open for 3. And the Knights not able to keep track on Mitchell Wilson. Columbia City with their biggest lead of the game. They're up 4 as Coach McBride's going to take his first timeout. It's a 30-second timeout, Derek, so we'll keep it here. And Columbia City coming out of the gates hot here in the second half.
Now Mitchell Wilson, a freshman, and we talked about him in the pregame as well. Didn't have a great game the last time between these two teams, but we know he has the ability to catch fire, and that's what he's done in the second half. And he's put Columbia City up 4. The Knights a little bit on their heels at this point and really in need of a basket.
Columbia City, after being 1 of 8 from beyond the arc in the first half, now 3 of 4 to start the second half. 4:20 left in this third quarter. Norwell needs some points on this possession.
Yep. Got to stop the bleeding because it has been a big Columbia City run. 22-8.
Norwell 3 of 4 from the line as well. So it's not like they're doing anything badly. It's just a matter of Columbia City getting hot as Geiger, his pass to Wilson, tapped out of bounds by Bechtold.
Got to make better decisions on offense as well, as that pass is almost never going to be there along the baseline. Columbia City's done a nice job all night shutting off the baseline. So, and 1. Cole Wilson was left wide open on the inbounds. I tell you what, Brett Epperly is incensed at this point, and Cole Wilson cut the lead back to 1.
Yeah, he's frustrated with his defenders as Qureshi picks up his second foul. They went for the fake. Will Geiger coming across the lane and jumping. They've seen that play a lot on videotape. Cole Wilson making the adjustment and just sneaking under the basket for the three-point play.
Now we're halfway through the third quarter, and we've gotten our money's worth so far. Kind of what we expected. It's just a 1-point game, and it could really fall either way.
It really could. Mitchell Wilson, 9 points here in this second half already for Columbia City. Had to give it up. Well defended. Hazen now goes baseline, gets free. And Parker Hazen with his second field goal of the game, but he's got 13 points. Stauffer up top. Riley 1 for 2 from beyond the arc so far. That'll be tapped out of bounds by Hazen. And it'll remain Norwell's basketball. Hazen is pretty long at 6'7". Boy, Norwell almost created themselves a turnover there. Stauffer now on the wing. They're looking inside to Geiger. They try to loop it in, and it's stolen away by Qureshi. The Knights' second turnover of the second half, their 9th overall. Bechtold trying to build that Columbia City lead. Oh, nice move by Wilson. He's going to draw the foul. I believe that's on Cole Wilson. It'll be his third. Nice move by the freshman.
Norwell foul number 20, Cole Wilson, his third, team third.
Mitchell Wilson, an impressive freshman. He has really stepped up here in this second half for the Eagles and carried them to a now 3-point lead. Checking in for the Knights is Luke Zetas. Wilson takes a seat. Wilson, after being 0 for 2 in the first half, 3 of 5 from the field in the second half, and now 2 of 3 from the free throw line. That's as big a lead as Columbia City's had in this one. at 35-31. A little bit of pressure out for top by Railing. As Zetas gets it down low. That's Stauffer in the corner. I think that's still a matchup defense by Columbia City. Yeah, it looks like a matchup zone here with Wilson running the baseline. That's Luke Zetas for three. The rebound controlled by Qureshi. Good defensive stand there by the Eagles.
Very good, as they did not break down at all on that possession. Norwell kind of had to settle a little bit for a shot right there, and Columbia City can extend that 4-point lead.
It was a good look for Zetas as Bechtold loses the handle. That's the first turnover of the second half on Columbia City. Under 2 minutes left in this third quarter. Shively trying to get to the lane. It's off of an Eagle as Cole Wilson will check back in on the offensive end for Zetas. Cody's only taken one shot here in this third quarter. Made it. It's a two-pointer. Wilson again open underneath. Can't get it to go. And Columbia City will head the other way. That's a good look for Cole. Might have tried to have done too much on that shot.
Yeah, he didn't go straight up with it. He just kind of turned and tried to put it in. It was a good move, but wasn't able to finish.
Wilson now drawing a lot more defensive attention from the Knights on that right wing. Norwell appears to be in a 2-3. It's an interesting choice considering the way Columbia City is heated up from the outside. They're going to have to really hustle to get out on shooters. Stauffer and Shively up top. Will Geiger in the middle of the back line of that zone. And Columbia City content to play catch with 50 seconds left in this third quarter. They have a 4-point lead. Railing now on the move. That's Wilson. Neither one of these teams are going to force the action, I don't believe, at this point. Bechtold back to Wilson. 30 seconds left in the quarter. Norwell back to their man-to-man now. They're just really, I think that's man-to-man. They're just really sagging off on the weak side.
Well, Norwell's going to have to get a stop right here because this is a really long possession, almost 90 seconds for Columbia City.
There's a three ball by Jordan Bechtold. Boy, that's a big score for Columbia City. 3 seconds. Shively with a long three off the front of the rim. That'll end the third quarter. Columbia City with all the momentum at this point. They lead 38-31. We'll take a break and be back with fourth quarter action after these words.
Aussie and Do It Best Hardware is your one-stop shop for all your home repair needs. Featuring Valspar Paints. They have propane refill, screen repair, and a complete rental center, along with a large selection of home improvement items, from electrical and plumbing supplies down to the nuts and bolts you need. Summer has been beautiful this year, but it's time to start thinking about the fall projects that need done around the house. Visit Aussie and Do It Best on Hirely Drive, just off Highway 1 in Ossian.
Located in Fort Wayne, Indiana, the University of St. Francis is a private Catholic university enrolling 2,300 students in majors ranging from the liberal arts to the creative arts to the health services. Small class sizes, personal attention, and the freedom to explore your options. A USF education has a lot to offer. Visit their beautiful campus and see for yourself how you can be a part of the University of St. Francis. Visit usf.edu to learn more about the University of St. Francis.
Welcome back to Bellmont. The story, all Columbia City in that third quarter. They lead by 7 after 3 of 16 shooting in the first half. They were 6 of 8, Derek, in the second half. And from beyond the arc, 4 of 5.
Wow.
That is the story. They continue to outshoot Norwell from the free throw as well. They're now 15 of 18. The Knights with the basketball to start this fourth quarter. And the Knights need to find their scoring mojo. The long three by Shively, not good.
Now, Columbia City, I can almost say it with certainty, is really going to slow things down here in the fourth quarter with a 7-point lead.
Yeah, after picking up the pace to start the second half. There's Bechtold again for three. And Bechtold.
Well, he was the difference last time, and he's gotten hot again. And that makes it a 10-point lead. And you really can't let it get bigger than that if you're Norwell.
Norwell was up 10 in that second quarter, early in the second quarter, as Columbia City with all the energy, and they create another turnover. Bechtold the other way, can't get it to go. The rebound finally controlled by Riley Stauffer. He's going to be fouled.
Columbia City foul number 5, Jordan Bechtold.
Bechtold picks up his second foul. Third on the team here in the second half, as Brandon Nicholson checks back in for Norwell. Shively with the basketball. He's got 13 points on the game, but he's only got 2 in the second half. Nice pass inside to Geiger. Geiger blocked from behind. It'll remain Norwell's basketball. Boy, and Columbia City playing with a lot of energy right now, Derek.
Oh, they sure are. They are high flying across the floor and definitely with big momentum.
Geiger working at the free throw line. Wilson Cole with just 5 points in this one. Stauffer inside. Nice move. Riley Stauffer takes it to the hole.
Big time for a stop right now for Norwell, trailing by 8.
Stauffer now with 5 points in this one. Railing underneath. That's Hazen as they work it around Bechtold. He's got the hot hand. Railing, after knocking down a couple shots in the first half, now launches the three, no good. But Hazen with the offensive putback and the dunk.
A technical foul, hanging on the rim, and yep.
I really despise that call.
You know what? He's really with energy right now. He's just completely filled with energy. Brett Eberly can't believe it. And I tell you what, that could be a huge call in this basketball game. Norwell's going to send an 84% shooter to the line in Cody Shively, and they're going to have the basketball. They could cut it to 8 or even fewer with a bucket on this possession.
Well, it goes as a personal foul against Parker Hazen. Shively not able to knock down the first technical free throw. He's got a second coming. Yeah, you know, with the breakaway, it was one thing when they had the rims that would break the backboard, and for safety reasons, you didn't want anybody hanging on the rim. But
no, and he didn't even hang that long.
No. It's a safety thing as well for the dunker, although he didn't have anybody under him on that particular putback.
Well, Norwell's got to take advantage. They've got to find a way to get a basket right here. They can cut it to 7 or 6 with the bucket, and they could make this thing a game again.
Shively, the long jumper, no good. It'll be Columbia City's basketball.
Knights are going to apply some backcourt pressure right now. Something we haven't seen all night.
Well, they need to change the momentum here, and a steal would be a good way to do that. However, Columbia City with not a lot of trouble getting it across half court. Oh, great pass underneath. Hazen with the open in. Good shot fake by Parker Hazen. I've got him for 17 now. Shively wide open for 3, buries it. That's a big shot for the Knights as Columbia City kind of got lost on the defensive end there. Railing into the front court. Now Hazen will leave it for Bechtold. Bechtold has really given Columbia City some momentum here in the second half. He's hit 3 threes. He's got 13 points, and Cody Shively is going to pick up his 4th foul. That is not good if you're a Knights fan.
Just a little reach, and Coach McBride asking why isn't that called on the other end, but Cody clearly reached right there, and that's where the majority of his fouls come from.
Yeah. Yep. Out on the floor.
Yep.
Where you're kind of under the spotlight.
Yeah, those little reaches are going to get called because, you know, that's the only play that's going on right now.
Bechtold, oh boy.
That's close.
That was close to a foul there.
And Shively, they're going to be in deep trouble.
Wilson almost with the steal. Mitchell Wilson heads the other way for Columbia City.
You know, not bad defense that time by Norwell. The difference is, boy, that's close to a foul. Coach McBride's got to be careful.
Shively able to keep it under control. They loop it inside to Geiger. Geiger, it steps on the baseline. No, it was actually, I don't know how that particular call was made. I guess Bechtold had his hand on the basketball when he stepped on the baseline. The Knights will retain possession. And Coach Eberle wants a 30-second timeout. I think that's a good call by the coach there to just slow things down a little. We'll take a quick break. The Knights trail by 10 here at Bellmont. We'll be back.
The Bowling Center in Bluffton has adult-youth double leagues with one adult and one child per team, or two youth may make a team, and a youth league for ages 4 to 19 starting soon. The leagues are 10 weeks long and everyone plays every game. The Bowling Center in Bluffton, located at 1231 South Scott Street. For complete details, visit bowlbluffton.com, and don't forget about Friday Fun from 12 to 6. Only $1 per game and 50-cent shoes at a smoke-free environment. bowlbluffton.com. bowlbluffton.com.
4:24 left in this one. The winner will take on Bishop Lures tomorrow night at, I believe, 7:30.
7:30.
Norwell trying to fight their way back into this one. They had as much as a 10-point lead early in the second quarter. They now trail by 10.
Probably going to have to hit a couple outside shots.
There's Stauffer for three, in and out, no good. But Geiger there with the offensive putback. He'll draw the foul and go to the line. Geiger now with double figures at 10 points.
And now the free throws become magnified. You got to be able to knock them down, as everything matters, especially when you're down by as many as 8 points right now. So big free throw coming for Will.
Geiger good on this one. 76% on the year. He cuts Columbia City's lead to 7. Wilson looking for help. That's Bechtold. And, good recovery there by Railing.
That could have been trouble for the Eagles.
Bechtold being guarded by Shively. Cody has got to be careful with those 4 fouls. The kick out wide open. Mitchell Wilson. Great touch. The freshman having a tremendous second half. I've got him for 15 points in this second half, Derek. Geiger inside, blocked by Hazen. Blocked again by Hazen.
Yeah, that one was a foul.
They'll call a foul on the second one.
You know, the first one was completely clean, and the second one, he just got a piece of his arm. You could hear it a little bit. And Geiger with 2 more massive free throws. But I tell you what, Norwell's got to find a way to get a stop, because they're starting to run out of time. Only 3.5 to go, and a double-digit deficit is tough to overcome, and that's short.
Geiger will try to make it a 9-point game, and he's short again. Will having trouble dialing in those free throws this evening. He's now 3 of 8.
Now, I tell you what, at this juncture, Columbia City right now is going to start really working the clock, and those 2 free throws are big misses for Norwell, as Geiger's going to pick up a foul and won't put Columbia City to the line yet.
15 foul on Norwell. It's Will's 3rd. Columbia City with 16 fouls, so the next one will put the Knights in the bonus, but there's just 3 minutes and 10 seconds left in this basketball game. Wilson in the backcourt. Shively now guarding Bechtold, who's got the basketball. Norwell looking to trap, and they create the turnover. Shively will take it to the rim. No foul called. Can't get the shot to go, and Hazen hustling back down to the other end, pulls down the rebound. Coach McBride wanted a foul on that call, or on that particular play. Didn't get it. Railing looks inside from Wilson. Now Bechtold. Columbia City does not have to score, obviously, for this 10-point lead. Hazen gets open inside and scores with the left hand. Biggest lead of the ball game for the Eagles. It's 12. Geiger in the corner. Forces it up. Blocked again by Hazen. Gets the rebound and scores. Coach McBride will use a timeout. I believe this one's got to be a full one.
Yep.
Norwell down by 10, 52-42. We'll take a break and be back after these words.
Are you looking for a new dental home, or maybe you've suffered a dental sports-related injury? Contact Dr. Laura Kugelhahn and her caring staff. They can help you with your general and emergency dental needs. Dr. Laura Kugelhahn and her staff provide a wide variety of services such as fillings, crowns, veneers, bridges, bleaching, dentures, athletic mouth guards, and much more. Dr. Kugelhahn's office is located at 1133 North Main Street in Bluffton. Call today at 824-31000 for an appointment with Dr. Laura Kugelhahn.
Dr. Laura Kugelhahn is a provider for Delta Dental and Aetna insurances. She is also accepting Care Credit. Dr. Kugelhahn and her staff will make you feel at home.
Well, the Knights need a stop and a score here, Derek.
And they need it pretty quick.
That's going to be a foul. I think it's on Cole Wilson. If it is, it's his fourth.
Yeah, that was obviously drawn up as just kind of reached around him, and I think that's what the plan was if they didn't get a steal.
Yeah, you just hate to see Cole committing that foul and getting his fourth. The Knights frantically defending here.
And the other thing is, if you send him to the line, Columbia City's been near perfect all night.
That's Bechtold, as Shively almost picked up his fifth foul. Slagle is going to be fouled. I think that's probably who they wanted to foul.
Yep.
Of the five Eagles on the floor, Slagle, a 5'9" senior. McMichael picking up his third foul. That is the seventh on Norwell, so one in bonus here for, excuse me, that's not Slagle, that's Kristen. And not close on the free throw. So the Knights making a nice choice there. Shively the other way. Stauffer, they don't have a lot of time, trailing by 10. Cole Wilson working on Mitchell Wilson. Boy, and the Knights need to get a shot up. Geiger will take it down the lane and be fouled on the floor. That'll be 4 fouls on Parker Hazen.
2 shots, or excuse me, 1 and 1 for Geiger coming up, but he just missed 2. He's going to have to figure out a way to get these in the hole.
Qureshi back in for Columbia City, also for the Knights. Luke Zettis subs in for Cole Wilson. 1:25 on the clock. Free throw is critical now for Norwell. And Geiger's first, nothing but net. Well, if Will can hit this one, make it an 8-point game, and he does. Looked much better on those 2 free throws.
A lot more comfortable. There's a foul.
More in rhythm as Stauffer's going to pick up his third foul.
Well, these Knights are going to have to hope for some front-end misses at this point. Trailing by 8, really not a whole other different ways to get back in this basketball game.
Unfortunately, they fouled Jordan Bechtold, who's 4-4 from the free throw line, as Wilson checks back in for the Knights.
Bechtold, a seasoned senior, and just really comfortable at the line as he makes the lead 9.
Well, he took a pretty good hip check there from Cole Wilson.
Yeah.
after draining the free throw. And that one's short. Well, that's a big miss as it keeps it at a 3-possession game. Shively gets to the line. Coach McBride uses his third timeout. It's just a 30, so we'll keep it here, Derek. Individually, I've got Parker Hazen now with 19 points, but it's been the other members of this squad who've really picked up the pace for Columbia City in the second half. Mitchell Wilson, 15 points in the second half. Jordan Bechtold with 10 in the second half.
Yeah, Wilson's been the guy here for the Eagles in the second half, and if Norwell doesn't create a turnover right here, they're going to have to foul again. Columbia City still in the 1 and bonus, though, so an opportunity for a miss. And that's what you got to hope for if you're Norwell, and with just 75 seconds to play, probably got to be looking for 3 points on this end.
Yeah, and they're not going to be able to waste time as Hazen looks up the floor, gets it to Railing. Railing had Qureshi, didn't take the chance on the interception. Bechtold, the beautiful alley-oop pass to Hazen. Hazen with his second dunk. Shively the other way is going to be fouled. Not sure who they're going to call that on. There was contact by both Bechtold and Railing. It's called on Bechtold, his third. Both teams now with 18 fouls.
Officials are going to discuss something, and my guess is it's the shooter.
I'm guessing whether it's a
okay.
shooting foul.
There you go. Yep, I was going to say, it looked pretty clearly like it was Shively, and it was. And they are going to award him 2 shots.
Well, we need every one of these as Cody's first one a little bit long.
The Knights have not shot well tonight from the free throw line, not going to be very close to their average. And really, that was the problem the last 2 weeks of the year. You know, they were very consistent almost all year long, but just a little unfortunate coming at the wrong time.
70%, 71% as a team on the year as Hazen gets free for the downfield pass, and Will Geiger's going to pick up his 4th. As another timeout being called here, I believe this time by Columbia City.
Okay, so didn't have a foul then. No foul.
I've got each team. There was no foul called there?
I don't think so. I think the player called the timeout. So
yep.
I don't think we did have a foul call yet.
Okay. Well, that's an interesting timeout as both teams. I've got both teams now with 2 left.
Yeah, I just didn't want to turn it over, and there's, with a couple timeouts to work with, you don't want to risk turning it over if you're Columbia City.
Both teams back out on the floor. That wasn't a long timeout at all. Yeah, Columbia City just confirmed they've got 2 left. The Eagles will have the ball down there in the corner with 48.2 on the clock. The inside pass, that's Hazen. Hazen spins free. That'll be a foul.
2 shots now for Columbia City.
If it's on McMichael, it's his 4th, and it is. Well, now 3 players with 4 fouls. Hazen has shot a ton of free throws, but none since the first half. Looked good on that one, though. This is kind of a big free throw right here because...
Yeah, this one seals it if he knocks it down.
Makes it a 4-possession game. And good is Hazen. That's his 11th free throw made on the evening. Cole Wilson back in for the Knights. Well, the Knights need to get a shot up quick. Stauffer will launch the 3. No good. Rebound to Columbia City. And Bechtold is stripped. Stauffer again for 3. Hits this one. And Coach McBride uses another timeout. I believe he's only got 1 left. 32.4 on the clock. It is a full timeout, so we'll take a quick break and be right back.
'Twas the month after Christmas, and all through your homes were the remnants of cookies and candies and scones. You ate so much sugar it made you feel crummy, and you can't fit any more in your overstuffed tummy. Plus, you've been running on empty to get everything done, and to exercise now doesn't sound like much fun.
Could this be your post-holiday answer? Cooking, the wrapping, the running, the sleep deprivation. You've spent the last couple of months worrying about everyone else. It's time to focus on you with a membership to the YMCA of Greater Fort Wayne. The YMCA provides physical and social enrichment through family-friendly programs. Whether you're taking a group exercise class, learning a new language, connecting with friends, improving your health and well-being, or participating in family outings with the Y.
Sorry about that. Bluffton Y. Both teams out of the timeout quickly, and a foul's going to be called on the Knights. Coach Eberle wants an intentional foul call. He's not going to get it, and shouldn't. That should not be a intentional foul, as Will Geiger picks up his fourth.
Yeah, you only see it called on very rare occasions. And I did see it called once this year. Very first game of the year, Mississinawa and Norwell.
Yeah.
The Knights called for an intentional foul, and it kind of salted the game away. Now this one is likely out of reach as well. But as we look back on this one, boy, you got to think, for me anyway, it's Mitchell Wilson that got Columbia City going in the second half, knocked down a couple huge threes, and is more than likely going to send them to the championship game tomorrow.
Yeah, he had 3 threes in this second half, and Columbia City will face Lures tomorrow evening. Shively couldn't get the shot to go. The rebound on the floor with 17 seconds left. It'll be a jump ball.
That's going to be a turnover. Well, if you're Norwell, you got one more time to foul, probably, and that's probably going to be it.
Well, Norwell may not even foul here with 16.4 on the clock, although they are going to defend the inbound pass with some full court defense. Hazen gets it into Bechtold. Bechtold will get it back to Hazen. That'll probably do it as Columbia City passes it over the defense. 8 seconds left. Yeah, the Knights won't foul. As 3 seconds now on the clock. Wilson has to hold on to it. That'll do it as the final buzzer sounds. Columbia City moves on to the sectional final tomorrow night. Norwell season ends with a semifinal loss. They finished their year at 14-11. Columbia City evens their record at 13-13 on the season. We'll take a break. Be back with a post-game show. We'll discuss some stats, talk about maybe the championship game for a little bit tomorrow night, and be back after these words from our sponsors.
Troxel Equipment offers a full line of John Deere equipment. Troxel Equipment features a large inventory of all makes and models of pre-owned equipment that has been well maintained and ready for service. Most of Troxel's pre-owned equipment was traded in from owner-operators. Be sure to ask about our certified pre-owned units. Troxel Equipment has the ability to customize your financing, lease, or installment contracts to meet your cash flow needs. Visit any of our 3 locations in Bluffton, Huntington, or Wabash, or check out our website for our inventory of new and pre-owned equipment. Troxel Equipment, the dealership you can trust.
At Adams Memorial Hospital, we care for the things that mean the most to you, your health, your family, and your community. Compassion is just as important to us as being accredited, or our Follow My Health online patient portal, or having top-of-the-line medical technology. Because at Adams Memorial Hospital, exceptional care means listening a little longer, a hug, or a kind gesture from a nurse. Compassion and medical expertise. That's Adams Memorial Hospital. Exceptional care close to you.
Bluffton Plumbing, Heating, and Electric strives to be your total service provider. Their licensed technicians can handle all of your electrical, plumbing, heating, and cooling needs, and now offers duct cleaning. No job is too small or too large for their service professionals. From electrical repairs, water heater replacements, sewer and drain cleaning, well repair, and remodel jobs. Bluffton Plumbing, Heating, and Electric, located behind Lowe's on Commerce Drive in Bluffton, 888-824-3332. That's 824-3332. You care about your community, you shop local, and you enjoy personal interaction. You're doing more than spending your money, you're supporting your neighbors.
Hi, this is Carlos.
And this is Sarah from Bloomin' Boutique in Ossian. We would like to personally invite you to visit our shop, the Bloomin' Boutique, and check out all we have to offer.
At the Bloomin' Boutique, we have daily lunch specials like Taco Tuesdays, Witch Wednesdays, and Aloha Fridays. A large selection of smoothies, frappes, iced lattes, coffees, and teas.
We also carry a large selection of fresh flowers for bouquets and flower arrangements. Our shop is full of handmade, uniquely functional pottery, handmade jewelry, DeBrand's chocolates, and gifts. You don't need to go any further than the Bloomin' Boutique. Grab your latte, lunch, flowers, gifts, and chocolates all in one stop.
Support your local community by visiting Bloomin' Boutique, located at 106 South Jefferson Street in Ossian. Follow them on Facebook to view their daily lunch specials. Open 7 to 5 Monday through Friday and 9 to 3 on Saturday. The Bloomin' Boutique.
At First Bank of Bern, we believe in the American dream of owning a home. Having a space you can call your own. In fact, we've helped people realize that dream for over 125 years. Whether you're looking to buy your first home, refinance an existing loan, or move into something a little bigger, we believe our lending experts have the local knowledge and experience to help make your dream a reality. Apply online at firstbankofbern.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
This is Dan and Jane with Daniel's Jewelers in Bluffton.
We want to remind everyone that we do in-house repair with our specialty being restoration and resetting.
Jewelry that is worn frequently over the years usually needs some TLC, prong retipping, resetting, or sizing.
It's so much fun to see the customer's reaction when they see their jewelry looking almost brand new.
Or maybe it's time for a new style. Choose from all styles of settings or let us design one just for you.
Daniel's Jewelers, North Main Street, Bluffton, where personal attention and trust become part of the memory.
Bluffton Tire, you know where they're located. Across the street from Bummy's, right at the entrance to the 4-H park, has been serving Wells County for over 50 years. Bluffton Tire needs to be the first stop for brakes, struts, front-end alignment, and offers over 20 different brands of tires. Stop by and see Carrie Jennis today or visit online at BlufftonTire.com for online specials and coupons. Bluffton Tire is open Monday through Friday, 7:30 to 5, and Saturday, 7:30 till noon.
Hi, this is Kerry Jennis at Bluffton Tire, and we'll keep you going.
Yeah, welcome back to Bellmont. Sectional 23 semifinal game number 2 belongs to Columbia City, 59-50. They will take on the Knights of Lures tomorrow night at 7:30. As Norwell had as much of as a 10-point lead in that first half and ends up losing by 9. So impressive by Columbia City to flip that deficit into a margin of victory. And Columbia City really played well and just outplayed Norwell in the second half.
Yeah, they really did. And we talked about it at halftime, Derek. Columbia City had all the momentum going into the locker room. They had shot extremely poorly in the first half. Yeah. And the contrast is striking. Columbia City in the first half, 3 of 16 from the field. In the second half, 13 of 18.
That's difficult to beat if you're Norwell, but the reality is they created open shots.
Well, and the thing is, Norwell really outplayed Columbia City in the first half, but they only took a 2-point lead into that in the locker room. And that was really the difference in this basketball game.
Absolutely. And
because you knew things were going to even out.
Oh, yeah. But, Columbia City taking, 15 free throws in that first half, 17 free throws, something like that. 15.
13 of 15, yeah.
Yeah. And the majority of them coming from Parker Hazen. And he was their entire offense. He single-handedly kept them in that basketball game in the first half and kind of finished it off for Columbia City down the stretch. A couple big dunks, questionable technical foul. But it didn't hurt the Eagles at all. Norwell just could not quite close the gap at the end. They did make some big shots towards the end, hit a couple threes, tried to get back in it, but just couldn't come up with a stop. And Columbia City takes it by 9.
Columbia City was a 1-point underdog here this evening. They'll be a much bigger underdog tomorrow evening against the SAC conference member Bishop Lures.
Yeah, I think Columbia City and Lures are on 2 different levels as far as talent. Actually, Lures is on a different level than everybody else in this sectional.
Yeah.
Heavy favorites Harrell's picking them to win the state. Now, that's might be a little bullish, but I think this Luers team has a lot of potential, and they're probably going to come out of this sectional and has a pretty good chance to come out of the regional as well as win the semi-states when they're going to really run into trouble.
Yeah.
The one team that could give them trouble in the regional, too, is Northwood if they're able to win their sectional, because I think they've only got one loss this year as well. So it'll be interesting to see how that all shakes out, but Luers the favorite tomorrow night.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Well, here tonight, some stats for you for Columbia City. They move on to face those Bishop Luers Knights. As a team, 16 of 34 from the field. They take their field goal shooting percentage from 19% at the half to 47% overall. From the beyond the arc, after being 1 of 8 in the first half, 6 of 11 in the second half. That's 7 of 17 overall for 41%. You'll take that every day of the week. And from the free throw line, 20 of 25 were the Eagles tonight for 80%. From the free throw line. They also committed 9 turnovers as a team, but only 3 in the second half. Individually, Parker Hazen was the man. He had 11 in the first half, 14 in the second half, a total of 25. He was the game-scoring leader. Also in double figures for Columbia City, Mitchell Wilson, 15. He had 0 at halftime. In the second half, he was 5 of 7 from the field, including 3 3-pointers and 2 of 3 from the line. Also in double figures, Jordan Bechtold with 10 points as well in the second half. Ended up with 14. He hit 3 3-pointers in the second half. And the only other scorer for Columbia City was Garrett Railing with 5 points. We'll take a quick break here to talk to Coach Mike Dugan joining us in the post-game show. Mike, thanks for joining us. Is this the first time I've had you on?
First time ever.
Are you nervous?
A little bit, no. Coach McBride lost his voice in the second half.
I can't imagine.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, we appreciate you joining us, Coach. And, quite a rush by Columbia City in the second half.
Yeah, 18 points in the third quarter.
Yep.
That was tough. Got to the free throw line a lot. Yeah.
They did. 20 of 25 is what we had them for.
Probably, yeah.
But Mitchell Wilson and Jordan Bechtold, who combined for a grand total of 4 points in the first half, ended up with 25 in the second.
Yeah, they didn't shoot well in the first half. You know they're going to come back out. Not going to be like that the whole game.
Were you a little nervous going? We were, Coach, going in the locker room. We felt like Norwell had really outplayed Columbia City in the first half and up by just 2.
Yeah, I mean it was 20-10, and all at once we're going halftime 22-20. Yeah, the momentum was that way, their way.
No doubt about it. And then they, of course, the Wilson kid as a freshman came out hotter than a pistol in the second half. Well, it was a good season, though, for this crew. You end up 14-11 overall on the year. You hate being knocked out in your first game of the postseason, but still, certainly from my perspective, looking at it from where I see it, I thought the kids did a great job over the course of the season. Yeah,
they did. And Coach McBride, he did a great job.
He did.
Coming in, very fundamental, detail-oriented. He did a great job taking us 14-11. He's a great coach, very positive. He gets on them when they need to be on, but he knows that balance between being on too much and really encouraging them. Just very impressed, very excited to be a part of that.
Yeah, I think he's going to be a fixture here at Norwell for a while. Of course, it'll be. I'm really interested to see what happens in a few years.
Yeah.
Coaching his kids.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. Yeah.
His oldest, very good basketball player from what I understand.
Yeah, sixth grader.
That's
a good class, yeah.
And don't those boys go like 6'5", 6'5", 4th, 3rd?
Sixth grade, 4th grade, 2nd grade, 1st grade.
Okay, all right. So a little spaced out, but beautiful family. I've gotten to meet all of them, and it'll be a lot of fun watching. And I was really impressed with what Coach was able to do, especially on the defensive side. Mm-hmm. I think he really did a good job of playing to the strength of the talents that he did have this year, and really coaxing a lot out of it.
Yeah, he got everything he could get out of the guys. He knew everybody's roles and taught them that. And probably the best thing too is the players bought into it. From day one. he told them straight up what they were going to do, and they bought into it, and that's the results of that.
Yeah, and I think it really paid off for this Norwell team, and a lot of good things happening in the future. Coach, I'd appreciate it if you take just a minute. Talk about your seniors just a little bit here in this last broadcast.
I mean, we have 4 seniors. Robert Kittleson, first year playing with us. He didn't play a lot, but I tell you, when he realized that, he had an incredible attitude on the bench, and so he's really, really good. Grant McMichael, these last few weeks, he has just really played well. That first half, he played incredible that first half. He hadn't gotten 2 fouls. That really hurt us. Because he was playing hard, got a couple really big rebounds. But Grant's attitude's been great as well. He just, again, Coach had him in a role, and he bought into it. It's changed from what he's been doing all these other years, and he did a great job with that. Riley, it's just whatever you tell Riley to do, he's going to do as much as he can to try to do that. He got a lot more confidence here in the last few games, knocked down some threes we told him he needed to. He's the only one that told him not to shoot.
Yeah.
We all told him to shoot, and Riley was the one not looking to shoot. And then you got Cody, just so impressed with that young man.
Yep.
Became a leader, which wasn't sure how he's going to be. And, he made everybody feel welcome, all the players. Just an incredibly fine young man, and just blessed to have all 4 of those boys on the team.
Coach, thanks for taking a minute just to talk about that. I always have a special feeling for the seniors on that last game, because there's only one team in every class that wins their last game, and it's always bittersweet, but those kids will have some great memories.
Yeah, they will.
Well, Coach, thanks so much for joining us here during the post-game show. Appreciate it, Mike.
Thanks for all you guys do and support Norwell basketball.
No problem. All right. Assistant Coach Mike Dugan joining us here in the post-game show. Let's get you some Norwell stats, and then we'll talk about a player of the game. As a team, they were 18 of 37 from the field. That's 49%. From the line, from beyond the arc, 4 of 10. That's a great percentage of 40%, Derek.
It is.
And then from the line is where they suffered a little bit tonight, just 10 of 17 at 59%, about 11% under their senior or their average.
Yeah, it didn't cost them the game.
No.
But they kind of faded a little bit at the end of the year from the line, and it's unfortunate that it came at that point in the season. But as was mentioned, it did not cost them the game tonight.
I also had the Knights for 10 turnovers as a team. Individually, led by Cody Shively, led this team all year. Ended up with 20 points tonight, 11 in the first half, 9 in the second. Also in double figures was Will Geiger with 15. The freshman had a great season, scoring almost 280 points, setting the freshman record. He will be a force to watch over the next 3 years, and it'll be fun. Also with 8 points, Riley Stauffer. Coach talked a little bit about him. I thought he had a good game tonight, played great defense, and got into the scoring column as well. Cole Wilson chipped in with 5, and Brandon Nicholson had a basket as well. So the Knights end their season 14-11, and Derek, we need to name a player of the game.
Yeah, I think it's Cody Shively.
Yep.
And he was the guy a lot of times this year, just an all-around, and you heard Coach Dugan talk about it. Just a great leader. It'll be exciting to see what he does in his future. But Cody led this team the entire season long, and all 4 seniors did a great job of leading this team. Norwell won 5 more games than last year, finished 9-16 last year, so improved to 14-11 this year. It was a pleasure to know Coach Mike McBride and get to know him and his family this year. I think he's a really, really good fit for Norwell. And,
I do too.
And what they're trying to do, and being able to make the most out of what he's got here at Norwell, and I think he'll be a good fit going forward for the future of this program.
Yeah, I do too. And it may take a couple more years because they're going to be infusing so much young talent over the next couple of years.
Yeah, they'll be young again next year.
Oh, they'll be extremely young after losing 4 seniors this year. You never know what's going to move in or happen, but there was only 4 juniors on the roster this year.
No sophomores, too.
And no sophomores.
Yeah.
So, and at the JV level, there were a few sophomores, but not a ton.
Yeah.
So you're going to see sophomores next year, obviously.
Yep.
Possibly 2 or 3 of them starting.
Yeah.
And it'll be a different look. I'm sure Coach McBride will have some different things to work with next year, and I look for him to get as much out of those guys next year as he got this crew this year.
Yeah, I agree, and it'll be fun to watch, I think, again next year. And something else that might change, I know Coach McBride likes to be patient on offense, but he talked about getting a lot of shots up right when he came to Norwell. And I think sometimes it takes a couple of years to get your system in place. And he, the entire first half of the year he talked about it. Now we're still only getting 50% of the stuff that we want.
Right.
So I think you can expect a lot more from this team again next year. And again, expectations, you never know what's going to be coming in next year. You never know what can happen in a year. But I'd say expectations would probably be similar to this year's team.
I would think so.
And if they're able to put together another 14-11 type season, I think you could call it a success again.
Absolutely. Well, we sure look forward to it. For you and I, Derek, it's our last game of the year. We'll be back with you for baseball season, and that's right around the corner. I think the first game's on April 1st. April 3rd, that's right. The 3rd is a Monday. And we'll have that for you as the Knights travel to South Adams to open their season, as they have the last several years. I expect it'll be cold at South Adams, but we'll hope for better. We really appreciate everybody joining us for this basketball season. We had a lot of fun broadcasting both the girls and boys. And one more tip of the cap to Derek Decker. Derek, just fantastic to work with you. Did a great job, made my job ridiculously easy when I was here, and, of course, manned all the duties when I wasn't. So really appreciate you, bud.
Oh, yeah, it's really fun being able to develop chemistry with you and get to be a part of this Wells County Voice crew. It's been fun, and looking forward to the next year.
Well, folks, that'll do it for tonight. Once again, your final here from Bellmont in the sectional semifinal. It's Columbia City 59, Norwell 50. For Derek Decker, this is Greg Van Meter. I got to draw this out a little bit, saying so long, everybody.
We hope you enjoyed this high school sports broadcast on the Voice Sports Network. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel.
The preceding production is property of Voice Enterprises, and all rights are reserved worldwide. Thank you for listening to this production of Voice Enterprises, taking media in a new direction.